now, though, to relationship. Most husbands and wives would say, yeah, they really appreciate each other, but it's a common relationship complaint. Each or both says, I don't feel appreciated.
Yeah, there's the problem right there. It sounds like another breakdown in communication, so take a look.
Hollywood does a great job of showing you wonderful, romantic relationships. These are the scenes you women love. Now, it might not come naturally to us men, but we've picked up over time. You women have us men trained fairly well. Guess who says most of the romantic lines in movies, men or women?
This is true love. I think this happens every day. I would have to tell you. You have bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you.
As a hero loves a heroine. As I've never loved anyone in my entire life.
And in real life, guess who does most of the complimenting?
Do you do a better job of complimenting your husband, or does your husband do a better job of complimenting you?
I think my husband does a better job.
I would say I compliment her more.
He does. He compliments me a lot.
Do you think the husband does most of the complimenting, or does the wife?
Husband.
Why do you picture that?
I think it's the woman that wants to be flattered.
Now, whether the man in your life does a good job at it or not, you women at least have taught us. You know what we need to do to show appreciation, but often we men haven't taught the women in our lives what we want to see to feel appreciated.
That's where Studio 5 relationship coach Matt Townsend comes in. And you say women often think they're expressing appreciation, but they're really not.
No?
No?
Let's try.
In their tone there, and they're kind of their language.
They're working way hard. They just do it their way. Like, they might assume that a clean house is an expression of appreciation, or a good meal, which it is. But we're going to talk a little bit about the differences between men and women today, and how men really want to be appreciated.
So basically, women are spinning their wheels and not going anywhere, because I think women, this is something they really think about consciously.
Yeah.
They want their guy to know, I appreciate you, I care about you, you're important, and they're trying so hard, but they're not getting anywhere.
Yeah, in fact, the football discussion you were having earlier is a really good example. Men tend to get their identity from what they're doing. So one of the first keys that I would have people focus on, especially the ladies, is get into what men are doing. Get in. It's not what men talk about that's as important to men as it is to women. It's what men are doing. A football game is important to a man. How his lawn looked is important to a man. What he does for his living is important. So to make your man feel appreciated, pay attention to what he does. What he does is core. His job, when he comes home and wants to talk to you about his day at work, you're kind of like, oh, let's not go there again. Let's talk about our kids, or let's talk about what I did today. Part of what he's doing is he's trying to show you, you know what? What I do is really important to me, and I'd love you to be interested. I'd love you to care enough to ask about it, to get into it, to kind of know what I do, to be able to explain what I do. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Now, here's part of the twist what we're going to be doing today. Not only is Matt going to give us the 4 tips, he just gave us tip number 1. There's an extra little assignment that comes out here over the course of the next month.
That's right.
So each one of the 4 tips has a specific assignment that everyone has to do, right?
That's right. And if, what I believe is you'll just spend some of the time doing a little bit of each assignment, work on the assignment as we go through them, think about them. You'll see they're all pretty simple things, but then I want you to watch. The key to all of this is to watch what happens to your man as you start to do this. As you start to focus on what he's doing more and actually start doing some of those things with him. Like, what would happen if you sat down and watched a game with your husband and said, okay, I want you to teach me about this game so I can be as interested in it as you are? He wouldn't know what to do with you.
He'd be so shocked he couldn't even watch the game.
Are you my wife?
Okay, so the tip was pay attention to what he does. What's the assignment associated with that?
Very, very simple assignment. You're going to go out, you're going to start to find 3 activities that your husband enjoys this week. Do something like, if he likes to work on the car, you might want to go out there and spend a little time working on the car and see what he likes to do. Spend time with him doing that activity.
And after you break his car, your husband will say, I feel very appreciated, leave my car alone.
And by the way, don't go out there and just talk the whole time.
Okay.
But you might want to ask questions like, what's that little thing for? I mean, just get into it, okay?
Okay.
It's a really big deal, okay? The next one. The next one is a really important one. Positivity. Be positive. Men, because of our egos, we're very sensitive to negativity. Any negativity that comes from you. So one of the things I want you to do is start paying attention to the positives. Men need to hear a lot of good things, or we start to feel anxious like we're not providing, we're not doing the right job for you. So be as positive as you can. Very simple assignment with this one is every single day I want you to find 3 things that your partner does that you like, that are positive, and thank him for them.
Okay.
Thanks for doing this for me, honey. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for getting my car fixed. Thanks for doing these things. Men like to hear the positive. So notice what we've talked about. Focus on what they're doing and make sure you're talking about the positive. Okay? The third one. Okay? The third key is really, really important. Treat your partner like he's a partner, not like he's your project.
This is a big one.
This is a
big
huge one. Men know when you know they're less than. Men know when they know when you're not quite proud of them. And a lot of women, I think, really are kind of perfectionists, and they like the project.
Like how he softens that. Women are kind of perfectionists, and they kind of like a project.
They're not evil demons trying to ruin us, but they tend to be leaning a little bit more toward, hey, let's continuously improve. And so what a lot of men feel like is we're your constant project. Now, this kind of gets back to what we're doing. So you always might be nitpicking what we're doing.
The nagging.
The nagging. Anytime your man has said, quit nagging me, it's probably because you're running into this. He's starting to feel like you're his project. Or the other thing about the kind of negativity or the kind of nagging idea is a lot of men just want to know they're great. And it's not just positive and great, but one of the things with this, here's the assignment, very simple. Don't critique your man. Try to go 1 month without a critique. Without a correction. I don't know. I've heard somebody did it once. Don't critique, don't correct, and don't control for the entire month. Let him be. Wow. Let him do it his way. Let him try it his way. It's crazy.
A week. Okay? A week would even. Maybe even a day.
Let's shoot for a month.
Too much.
I don't know. What's the worst thing that can happen?
That is a long time.
Last but not least is flirting. See, a lot of men don't know that you're really into them anymore because you quit flirting years ago.
You've been married a while, yeah. You know,
well, and partially with women, flirting always tends to lead somewhere that they don't want to necessarily go. So we quit flirting. Now, men are constantly, we learned in that video, a lot of these women find that men are constantly telling you how beautiful you are. They're constantly interested in you. They constantly want to touch you. And when your partner doesn't, what are we supposed to interpret?
They're not into you.
You're obviously not into me.
Yeah.
And I believe that most men only care that one person is really attracted to them. That's their partner. They don't. I don't think most men care how everyone else thinks they look, but they really care how the one. That's why they always come ask you, how do I look today? What should I wear? Or whatever. Okay. So here's the assignment. Very simply, chase that man of yours like you were about to lose them.
Oh.
Every single couple that comes in that's on the verge of divorce that I work with, every single one of them, they can immediately reignite it. By losing their partner, they immediately start becoming a better partner. So I want you to start chasing your partner. Be flirty, touch him more, hang around with them longer, ask him out on dates, whisper in their ear, all of these things that you used to do. Try to do them again and see what happens.
Well, and that concept is if you're going to lose them, a lot of people, that's going to fuel the appreciation that we're trying to tap into anyway.
That's exactly right. Now, this is a 1-month test, so I'd go through all of these areas. Remember what they are again. Find 3 activities a week that your partner does and start doing them with them. Focus on the positive. Find 3 things a day. Tell them what you love about them. These are great. Treat your partner like a project. Don't correct. Don't control. And last but not least, flirt more. Chase that man like you're losing him.
We got all of Matt's on our
Tons of fun.
All of his tips and ideas are on our website. You can find that. And of course, we want to hear back from you in a month. Over the course of next month, let us know. Let Matt know if all of his
send videos, send pictures.
Yeah.
Tattoos, whatever you get.
You also have a date night coming up next month, right?
We do Saturday, October 10th. Now, these date nights, again, they're not just for couples that are struggling. They're for any couple. It's $20 on September, October 10th. Give us a call.
All right, marriagemattersutah.com. We'll post all of that information on the Studio 5 website. You can check it out after the show.